Hi, I'm Dr. Ravina Kullar, an infectious disease specialist based out of Los Angeles. I'm here to break some common myths that you may have heard of with COVID-19. Number one, just because someone in your household gets tested, does that mean that you should opt out of testing? That's incorrect. Just because someone in your household may have displayed signs and symptoms of COVID-19 or been in contact with someone that had COVID-19, which urged them to get tested, that does not preclude you from getting tested. You should also get tested to make sure that you do or do not have COVID-19. That goes along with the second myth. Are there more false positives than false negatives with the PCR test, which is the deep nasal swab test that tests if you have an active infection? That is false. There are actually more false negative tests. There has to be a certain number of virus or a certain viral load that someone has in order for the PCR test to really detect whether you have COVID-19 or not. That's why whenever you test positive for COVID-19, it is most likely the case that you do have COVID-19 because that PCR test has detected that. But when you are asymptomatic or you have a mild or moderate COVID-19 infection, it will likely be difficult for that PCR test to really detect that you have the virus. So therefore, you may test as being falsely negative when actually you are a positive COVID-19 patient. Myth number three, will the MMR vaccine protect you from COVID-19? That is very true. Another reason why vaccines are very important. Remember, the MMR vaccine is a vaccine that you get as a child, and it has been shown that the MMR vaccine actually protects you from getting a worse COVID-19 case, or for you even getting COVID-19 in general. It has been hypothesized that the antibodies which are created after you get the MMR vaccine actually prevents the virus from getting into the cells and therefore may prevent you from getting COVID-19. Again, I cannot emphasize enough why staying up to date on your vaccines is so important. I'm going to finalize it with one more myth. Will vitamin D prevent you from getting COVID-19? This is a gray zone. I think the key factor is that you should definitely make sure that you have a healthy, balanced meal and that all your nutrients and vitamins you're getting from either your food or from supplements. It has been shown that vitamin D may actually prevent a cytokine storm, which happens whenever you get COVID-19 and there's an inflammatory response within your body. But keep in mind that that means a healthy dose of vitamin D. When you fall below, whenever you're at a deficient level of vitamin D, that's where it can put your immune system at higher risk of getting an infection. That's true for COVID-19 or any other infection. So the key takeaway message here is that make sure that you are getting enough vitamins and that you are getting enough nutrients through your food. And if you're not, make sure you supplement it, but to an adequate level. There is a risk for you ODing on supplements, for you having too much of vitamin D or vitamin C that can lead to some very bad effects. So again, takeaway message, make sure that you're getting your appropriate dose of supplements and nutrients for the day to keep your immune system strong and to keep it fighting against those viruses.